Lender exposed. Hey guys, Jeff Schiman here. I'm a local mortgage lender, currently licensed in Missouri and Florida. If you're in the market to purchase or refinance, please give me a call. My team would love to help. 417-844-9047 or check me out at homewardlending.com. Let's get into it. Really what this video is to provide some clarity around a recent real life situation that Ryan and I just went through. So I'll give you a little backstory real quick of what happened and from my lens, and then Ryan's gonna go into the story of what he experienced and what his emotions felt. So to start with, I met Ryan in April. I think it was April 9th is whenever he was introduced to me. He was introduced to me from a close family friend. We pre-approved Ryan early in April. He was currently with a job. He changed jobs in the middle, didn't quite find the house that he wanted to find. So we worked on him for 6 months or so, right? And I'm constantly touching base with him weekly, every other week, just checking in on him. Finally, he decides he's going to get under contract. I'll say that Ryan is what we call in the business a well-qualified borrower, right? So he's top tier level of purchaser or home buyer, right? He gets the best rates, the best terms. We want these buyers. So he goes under contract, sends me the contract. Great, we're cooking with gas. We're going to keep working along. And then about 3 weeks before closing, Ryan comes to me and says, hey man, I've got this banker buddy that can probably give me a little bit better of a deal. I'm like, okay, this happens all the time. Lenders, we get shopped, and I encourage you to check out rates because mortgage lenders have different rates and different terms. And come Friday, the day before closing, so Friday at like 12:30, closing was on Monday, Ryan calls me and tells me this story about how this other lender can't do the deal anymore. So Ryan, love for you to take over.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just go ahead and start from the beginning. Like Jeff said, I've been working with him for a long time, probably 6 months or more, and everything was going great. Found a house, all that stuff, and someone I knew, kind of more of a friend, reached out to me and said, I think that you should go ahead and apply. And so I'm thinking, he's kind of new to this role. Maybe he just wants applications. And, he also told me that, we might be able to get you a pretty sweet deal. So I called Jeff, kind of told him, I'm going to apply, and he encouraged me to apply. Like he said, I used to work in banking. I used to do loan reviews. So I still am very familiar with the process. And so I didn't really think that anything crazy would happen to me just because I'm familiar with everything. So now we're not yet cleared to close, but he has all of my documentation. He doesn't have any other document requests for me. The loan estimate is locked 7 days prior to closing, so we should be good to close on time. I have stressed to this other lender that I really want to close on time. They've assured me time and time again that it's possible, there won't be any issues. So then we get to a couple days before closing. They have a couple more document requests. I send all those in, it's totally fine.
Let me pause you right there real quick, okay. Brian. So if you've ever bought a house before, you have to sign 30 documents 2 or 3 different times. In our world now, they're all e-signable documents. And so people just get on there and they click the buttons, right? They're not really reading the documents as much as I would like them to do. And so what this other lender did is there are certain loan programs that have income caps because these loan programs are designed for low to moderate income families. And if you make a bunch of money, they don't want you applying for these loan programs, right? So there's an income qualifier cap.
So I'm like, you know what, no problem. I'll go ahead and scramble, honestly, to get these documents since, it's the week before closing. Got them all, sent those to him within a couple of hours. Then, he sends me a text and just says, don't think the loan's gonna be able to close on time anymore. The program had run out of funds. The program, was basically gone. Couldn't do anything about it. I was able to call Jeff at,
it was like 12:30 on Friday.
12:30,
yeah.
Friday afternoon. We are supposed to close on Monday morning. I call him and I say, listen, man, somehow, just like you said it would, this thing totally blew up. He shot me a text and said that he can't do it anymore. This time he's not budging. Every other time where he would say he can't do it, now, oh, well, actually, you know what? Yeah, we can. But this time he was like, you know what? It's not going to happen. Can't do it. So I called him and I said, is there anything we can do to get this loan back with you guys? And he said, I don't know, because, this is really a weird situation. He said, I don't know, I'll look into it and I'll let you know. And I can't remember if he called me back or shot me a text, but not too long later, he told me, we're going to be able to do it.
And imagine my emotion, right? Here I've worked with a guy for 6 months. He just left me, and now he wants to call me and ask for help again. And so in my head, it was, no, I'm not going to help you, right? Fool me once, shame on me or you, and fool me twice, shame on me, right? But at the end of the day, I really felt like Ryan was doing what he thought was in the best interest for his family. We had discussed all of the options and all the potential pitfalls that could be coming his way. And at the end of the day, it was the right thing to do, to take up the loan. Whenever he asked if we could start over or restart the loan and still close on Monday, I genuinely did not know, because we do these a little earlier. We give people a lot of time to think about this, because we'd rather you come into these transactions with as much thought behind them and calmness as possible, because a lot of these things get chaotic, as Ryan's story here is. So just to summarize, I want to talk, Ryan is probably the most educated, informed, experienced borrower that I have dealt with. He's done my job in a certain capacity. He's the professional roles that he's had and the degree that he has for his education. He knows the deal and he knows what's going on. And he's the best quality borrower that we have in this business. And so what I'm trying to paint a picture here is, if it can happen to him, it can absolutely happen to you. I love educating people. I love sharing experiences. And as a borrower in this mortgage climate and economy, it's really hard to buy a house right now. And if something doesn't seem right, even if you don't know anything about mortgages, what's your gut telling you? Your gut is almost always right. First step, you talk to your lender, the guy that's telling you the information, right? If you don't feel like you can get honest information from him and that he answers his phone and calls you back and explains what it is in a way that you can understand, that's probably your first red flag. Reach out to a lender you can trust. I would love to be that lender for you. Again, Jeff Schiman. I'm a local mortgage lender. If you're looking in the market to purchase or refinance, I'd love to help you. Give me a call. My number is 417-844-9047, or you can visit my website at homeward, HOMWARD, lending.com. Thanks, guys.